Come on, the fuck. What is up, my friends? Fingers crossed the electricity stays on. We are live in another match day here on Anfield Agenda. Thank you so much to Connor for getting you guys through the first hour and saving my backside. Fingers crossed the electricity won't be cut off again, but for now, we are good to go. We are ready. Team news is in. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm still getting to grips with it. It's Alisson Becker, Dominic Szoboszlai, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahim Konate, and Milos Kerkez. A midfield of Alexis McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, and Curtis Jones. And then up top, Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak, wow, and Cody Gakpo. So yeah, appreciate you guys being in as always. Thank you so much to Connor for taking you through the first hour, and hopefully I'll be able to take you without any breaks all the way through. The bench today for Liverpool is Mamardashvili, Gomez, Endo, Chiesa, Ekitike, Robbo, Nioni, Ramsey, and Rio Ngamoa. Right, let's get cracking. Right, good. We're good to go. We're ready for kickoff. Is the clock working? Boom, look at that. We're good to go, folks. Right, we're about to get underway. I'll take you through the game. We'll have match reaction, player ratings video, and of course the late night agenda tonight as well. Fingers crossed the Reds can get back to winning ways. And like I said, thank you so much to Connor. We're about to kick off. They made us attack the cop end first half. Silly Forest. And we're underway. We are underway, ladies and gents. The Reds back in action after the international break. And of course, do the decent thing and launch the ball out long right-hand side. I did get to see your impression, Connor, by the way. I did see Connor in the chat saying, did you get to see my impression? I actually did. I seen his green screen and that's it. I didn't hear it. Forest in possession. Hello, Mr. Houlden. What's your score prediction? 2-0. Let's go 2-0. Isak putting the press on now as the ball goes back to Sells, who launches the ball upfield, where Szoboszlai meets it and heads it back forward. Quick start is imperative today, boys. Come on. Kerkez, he gives the ball to Konate. Konate now, centre of the pitch. Goes back to Ryan Gravenberch. Virgil van Dijk. Dominic Szoboszlai back in. Andy Madley, by the way, your match official today. We are at 1 minute and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good to see you, Craig. Thank you, Josh. So the electricity was going on and off in my house as they were doing upgrades somewhere in Gorey where I live. And every time the electricity came on for like 5 minutes, I was legging out to the kitchen to boil the kettle to make sure I could have some coffee. So just got me third one just before we went live. Right, it's Jones now. Back to Ibrahim Konate. Konate rolls the ball across to Virgil van Dijk. He pings one into the left channel looking for Cody Gakpo. It's a bit too much on that though, and that will go out for a Nottingham Forest goal kick. Again, appreciate you all coming in. Do get those likes up for me if you can. Help us push the stream out there and let people know we are live. And yes, I did see Connor's little impression of me, although I couldn't hear what he said. I seen him holding up the green screen with the image, which I got very confused about. I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting here, no sound, and I look up and I see myself on Connor's screen. I didn't know what was going on. Sells goes long again. Goal kick straight up the centre of the park. Konate wins the header. Ball breaks down into midfield. Forest in possession. Morgan Gibbs-White now gets away from Gravenberch. Maka though. No, Madley, no! Maka steps in, wins the ball, and Madley gives a free kick. It looked to me like Maka got himself in between Morgan Gibbs-White and the ball. Let's have a look. Maybe it was a foul. Let's have a look from this angle. Yeah, he didn't get the ball. That was a foul. I thought he got the ball initially, but it's a free kick to Nottingham Forest. I mean, I think Andy Madley's being kind to us where he's giving them this free kick, to be honest. I think it was about 5 yards further forward. But it's a free kick at about, 35, 40 yards out. Anderson and Williams over it. Murillo steps up to take it now. Interesting. Great to see Alisson back between the sticks as well. So I bet you Murillo shoots from here. I knew he was going to shoot. I knew when you see a centre foot or a centre back stepping up to take a free kick, there's no way he's crossing it. You can tell by his body language in the run up that was never going to be a cross. He tries to shoot it. Maka gets in the way, blocks it with his chest. Follow up shot from Forest is over the bar, and it's a goal kick. Kirkes, under a bit of pressure, goes back to Ali, who rolls the ball inexplicably out for a goal or a throw in to Forest far side. I don't know who he spotted there, but it wasn't a Liverpool player. I seen Chelsea won 2-0 earlier on today in the 12:30 kickoff, so definitely no wiggle room for us to be dropping points. Szoboszlai, back to Alisson. Takes a touch, goes back out to Dom. Again, Forest pressing well. They're not really letting us out here, and they've turned it back over. It's Elliot Anderson now. He goes right-hand side. Murillo. Again, Forest playing it through the lines. Nico Williams, he's challenged by Curtis Jones, and then Dom comes in, wins the ball. Salah. Ball goes out off a Forest player for Liverpool throw in near side. There he is, Sean Dyche, massive red. Jones. He comes under a bit of pressure. Plays it in, good ball, into Kanade. Bit of space now for Kanade. Goes out right-hand side to Mohamed Salah. Salah now has a one-on-one with Nico Williams. Goes past him round the outside. Go on, Mo. Williams gets back, challenges him, and it's a Liverpool corner. Come on, boys. Nico Williams thought it should have been a goal kick, but referee points over for a corner, which Mo goes across to take. It's interesting seeing Mo taking corners recently. Come on, boys. Right, Virgil's up from the back. Canade's up from the back. Both men at the far post. Cross comes in straight onto a defender's head. Second ball breaks to Milos Kerkez. Cody Gakpo cuts inside. Puts in a cross. Kanade just nudged out of the way as he was going to try and make a connection with that, and it goes behind for a Forest goal kick. 6 minutes on the clock at Anfield. It's still Liverpool 0, Forest 0. Diane, we need some Irish luck. Love you, Craig. You're a legend. Thank you, Diane. Hopefully we can bring a bit of luck today. Hopefully we don't need the luck, Diane. Hopefully we can just get the win. But yeah, if you're wondering where I'm watching it, because I know this is a question loads of people ask on a Saturday at 3 p.m. kickoffs, I'm watching on Premier Sport here in Ireland because thankfully we don't have that blackout the UK has. Szoboszlai now. Takes a throw into Reds, near side. Come on, boys. Such a shock to see Isak starting, by the way. Really didn't expect to see his name on the starting 11 team sheet. Maka. Good switch from him over to Gakpo. Come on, Cody. Inside, heavy touch. Lets the Forest player back at him, but Gakpo still has it. Out to Kerkez. Kerkez to Maka. Press comes on to Maka, but he keeps possession well. Back to Milos Kerkez. Virgil. The Reds just about back inside their own half now. Centre of the park. Jones. Szoboszlai. Back to Kanade. Liverpool just about 10 yards inside their own half now. Centre of the park. Brian, thank you, bro. Brian gifted 50 memberships. Absolute legend, sir. Kerkez now. Round the outside. Cross in. Cleared again by Forest. Come on, boys. Gravenberg, man on. Out to Maka. Kerkez. Good tempo here from Liverpool to start. Come on, boys. Maka. Gakpo cuts inside. Tries to play the ball across. Strike! Oh! Has to be. Has to be. Oh, how do we not score? Cross in from Kerkez. Maka again. Another block from Forest, and it goes behind from a corner. Come on, you red men. I don't know how we didn't score that. Lovely play by Cody Gakpo. Goes round the outside, then cuts back inside. Squares it. Comes to Maka. He strikes it. It's just an incredible block. I think it's Nico Williams' head that makes the block initially. And then there's another shot. It's blocked and it goes behind for a Reds corner. Yep, it's the head of the defender that blocks it. Salah with another corner in. Headed away this time by Murillo. Breaks to Curtis Jones. Come on, you red men. And as I said again, thank you so much to Brian for those 50 gifted memberships. I'm sure they're going to be very much appreciated. Come on, boys. This is more like the Liverpool we know and love. Come on. So here's some words from Arne Slot about Isak. He said, Alex, it'll still take a bit of time, but he'll end up being the player he was at Newcastle if we get him fit, or how he was at Sociedad or all the other clubs he was at. He just needs to become fit. I do know that 100% fit Alex is a big, big, big plus for this team, but to get him there, he might need to have minutes where you could argue that another player might be further ahead of him in terms of match fitness. Szoboszlai now. Back to Maka. Maka switches it across to Kirkes. Kirkes to Gakpo. Gakpo cuts inside. Tries to play it to Szoboszlai, but overhits it and it goes out on the near side for a throw into Forest. Unlucky. Come on, boys. That is just some block. It was actually Elliot Anderson on the line who blocked it with his head. I bet you when Maka hit that, he thought it was in. He had to have because he hit it cleanly. Come on, boys. Sells. Isak going across the press in. Matt Sells goes direct and very long. Foul on Virgil van Dijk. Referee gives free kick to Liverpool. About 2 or 3 yards inside their own 18-yard box. Virgil. 10.5 minutes on the clock, still scoreless, although Liverpool will be asking how. Very close to opening the scoring to Alexis McAllister. Kanade. Szoboszlai. Salah. Wins Liverpool another corner. Come on, boys. Totally not Wellington said, I'm sick of Gakpo. He does the same thing every time. Mate, I have to say, my opinion is Cody Gakpo started this game very well. He set up that chance for Maka. He went round the outside initially as well, then came inside. So I have to say, on this one, I disagree with you because I think he started the game well. But appreciate you. As I said, we don't all see it the same, my man. I just would respectfully disagree on this one. I think Gakpo started well. And Miloš is even looking brighter down that left side with him. Right, here comes the corner. It's Dom this time. Floats it deep. Virgil gets a head on it, but it's cleared by Forest. Should be going back to Alisson Becker here. Hopefully the Reds can restructure another attack. Gravenberch. Back to Ali. Verge pings a diag. Looking for Salah. Salah chests it on to Szoboszlai. Back to Curtis Jones, who rolls one into Mohamed Salah. Salah tries it at the 1-2 with Maka. Second ball back from Maka wasn't in the right direction really, and it was cleared by Forest. Kanade now. Alisson. Busy media, how are we, my friend? Nice to see you in. Yeah, I agree. It's been a bright start. Kirkes now. Double ricochet, goal kick. I hate when that happens. You think you're about to get a corner and then the ball ricochets back off your player and goes out behind. Oh, it might have come off the player's chest, but I can totally understand the ref pointing for a goal kick. Come on, lads. 12.5 minutes on the clock. Let's find this first half breakthrough. Oh, when the Reds go marching in. Oh, when the Reds go marching in. I want to be in that number. Oh, when the Reds go marching in. Elliot Anderson now plays a good ball infield to Morgan Gibbs-White. He rolls it out right-hand side. Cross in. Come on, Canade. No, again, second ball's won by Liverpool and cleared away. I'm sick of Canade losing his aerial duels, by the way. Happens too often for my liking these days. Again, that time he was more interested in physically battling with the player. Thankfully, somebody else was there to win the second ball. Forest have a back, though, left side with Nico Williams. He fires in a deep cross, which thankfully, it looked like Gravenberch was sticking a foot out to try and get a touch on, but he didn't, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Come on, the Reds. Jones. Canada. You can see that bank of Forest. They've three lines there. 3, a 2 and a 3. And now their attacking players have dropped back and they literally have everybody here behind the ball. Forest. Liverpool playing around with it on the halfway line. Everybody behind the ball for Forest. Soboslai now. Looks for a little bit of space. Nothing there really and nothing moving ahead of him. So he goes back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk goes out left side to Cody Gakpo. Kirkes. Virgil. Soboslai. Out to Salah. Come on, Mo. Salah now. Inside to Jones. Soboslai. Back to Curtis Jones. McAllister. Soboslai. Come on, boys. Soboslai's taken so many heavy touches. Have you noticed that in the game so far? Every one of his first touches has been a little bit off, and he's lost a little bit of an opportunity with them. Throw into the Reds' right-hand side, but Dom needs to be paying more attention with his first touch. Jones. Maka. Back out to Dom. Inside. Salah. Come on, Mo. Head up. Aye! Ball played across. Kirkes coming in. Gets a connection with it, but it goes over the bar. It was good work from Mo inside the penalty area. It was a congested area. Good footwork from Mo. Goes left first time, then pulls it back. Takes another couple of players out. Goes round the outside. Pulls it back to Kirkes. Yeah, he should have been done better with that, Kirkes. He should have done better. It's good work from Salah. Really good work. Yeah, Kirkes just never looks comfortable with the ball coming towards him there on his right foot. Come on, boys. More of that. We'll find the breakthrough quickly. Come on. Soboslai had a high-intensity game against Ireland. He did. But that was Tuesday, I think, right? So plenty of recovery time since then. He also had a high-intensity loss against Ireland. Let's not forget that. Glorious moments. Troy Parrott nailed on for the Ballon d'Or. Gravenberch to Salah. Tries to roll the ball through to Isak. Sells comes out and clears it. Mo's looking sharp today. Give the man his credit. He's looking fairly sharp so far. Still don't look comfortable about getting Isak involved in the game. So far, like he's cutting an isolated figure again, Isak. Come on, boys. I mean, to be fair to Isak, there's hardly a lot of space in behind for him to play on the shoulder. But we got to find a way to get it to him in the penalty area where he can do his business. "18 minutes gone at Anfield, still scoreless." Yes, Bradley, Isak is playing, bro. Liverpool 11 for you just joining us. Alisson in goal, Szoboszlai at right back, Canade, Virgil and Kirkes. Midfield of Gravenberch, Maka and Jones, and then up top, Gakpo left, Isak centre, Salah right. Opinions on some fans saying stop the Jota chant. And we've talked about this a few times actually, Jack, and it's, look, I get it. I understand it from every side, but I think it has to be led by the players. You know, if it is getting to the players, you know, and the players are feeling that it's distracting them even, let's say, then I'm sure fans would listen. But we don't know how the players feel about it. You know, somebody's just come up with this theory that it's getting to the players at 20 minutes. I don't know is the honest answer. Like I said, if it is something that the players are not uncomfortable with, but if it is distracting them, I get it. But I don't know, so it's hard for me to judge. Great ball across from Salah again. Intercepted. Mo's putting in some great balls here down this right side. Just as I say that, he gets dispossessed, but another good pullback and ball across there for Salah. He's been unlucky so far. Maybe could have had himself an assist or two in this one. Virgil wins the header. And the ball goes out for a Forest throw in near side. Jones. Come on, boys. Morgan Gibbs White up there now. Kirkes gets back at him but loses that duel. Morgan Gibbs White still in possession. Wide right. Come on, boys. Gave them too much time. Come on. Get out and in their faces. Cross in. Headed away by Virgil. Maka has it. He's under pressure. Goes back to Gravenberch. Jesus Christ. Forest appealing for a penalty here. And it's all from our own sloppiness, by the way. But we're still in possession. Gakpo, he loses out. Forest back in possession with Williams. Game stopped because the Forest player is down. Still in the penalty area. We'll see a replay of this. So Gravenberch, if that is a foul, it's outside the box on that one. Nah, there's nothing in the second one from Sangar. That's just him fucking chancing his arm. You could say there was a foul from Gravenberch, but I don't see happening in the second one on Sangar, personally, from Maka. No penalty. No penalty. Referees waved his arms like this, so I'm gathering that means no penalty. There was a foul outside. You could understand if it was given on Gravenberch, but of course VAR can't intervene with that. The Maka thing, nah. Sangar sticks his leg back in. Sangar's looking for that contact. If you watch his right leg goes back into McAllister to make the contact. So, absolutely no chance of a penalty there. So, outside the box, as I said, Gravenberch did foul him outside the box, but nothing given there. Once you get into the inside the box incident where VAR can get involved, Sangar 100% initiates the contact with Maka by sticking his leg back in. So that's why there was no real VAR check, because it was clear pretty straight away. Sangar was looking for one. Sangar's still moaning, but it was never ever a penalty. He was fouled though, but that was outside the box by Gravenberch, and that can't be given by VAR. So, right, ball back upfield. We're underway again. Maka heads it on. Forest have it in the centre of the park. Come on, boys. Murillo. Back to Sells. Forest throw in far side of the pitch. Come on, boys. We've done well in the game so far. Just need to get that goal. Out to Gakpo now. Isak, excuse me. It's Isak wide left at the minute. He puts in a cross, ricochets back. Another strike, another block, another corner. Come on, boys. Liverpool corner. Far side. Another block by Elliot Anderson. My God. Anderson's almost like he's on a one-man mission to block every Liverpool shot, because I can remember 3 so far he's blocked. Murillo with the first one. And then, yep, Anderson getting in the way there of Gakpo's attempt. So it'll be a Liverpool corner on the far side. Maka to take it. Drilled in low. Flick back. Jones. Left foot. No. You can see it was worked off the training ground, but why are you playing that to Jones's left foot? The whole fucking routine is idiotic. So Dominic Szoboszlai runs across the front post, gets a touch, but he plays it back. I'm sure that was supposed to be aimed for Salah. Because there's no way you're putting that to Curtis Jones' left foot and working on that in training. That seems like a training ground move that's gone a little bit awry there, and he was trying to actually pick out Salah, but again, nothing in it. Forest now on the attack, right-hand side. Cross in. Gravenberch chucks it away. Maka wins the second ball to Salah. He's dispossessed by Murillo. Gakpo. He's too easily dispossessed. Murillo gets a strike away and it's saved by Alisson. Gakpo was weak in that challenge. Very quick on the ball. Look more alive. Great energy so far. Let's go, boys, said Brian Danielson. Thank you, Brian. Definitely look better, mate. Yes, definitely look better. Agree with you on that. Szoboszlai. Back to Canade. How we being held by relegation Forest? Mate, just fuck off. Honestly, just fuck off. Just go away. I've no time for your nonsense. How are we being held? It's 26 minutes into the game and you're cry arsing already. Just do one. Just do one, mate. You don't fucking understand football. You don't deserve to be listened to. It's just nonsense. How are we being held by Forest? It's 26 minutes. How are we not 9-0 up? Heavy touch from Isak there. Ball played into him. Heavy touch. Spins away. Come on, boys. Second balls. Come on. Virgil. Canade. Virgil again. Just nothing but Forest players in front of him. Out to Jones now, right hand side. Salah. Come on, Mo. Jones. Why didn't you fucking shoot? Jones is inside the 18-yard box. He's got 2-3 yards of space and he still looks to pass it. I don't get it. He gets into the penalty area. He's got 2 or 3 yards of space. Salah's in a congested space to his right and he tries to play it to him. Hit it. Just hit the ball. You've got a free shot. Kirkes. To Isak now, who's dropped into that left channel. Gakpo central at the moment. McAllister. Now they're swapping back. Isak's dropping back inside. Gakpo's coming back out to far left. Soboslai to Virgil. Go on, Mo. Ricochet. Win the second ball. Liverpool throw in. Come on, boys. Soboslai takes the throw in quickly. Again, goes back to Canade. Virgil. Out to Gakpo. Cody, go on. Oh, another blocked strike, for the love of fucking God. Cody Gakpo gets lucky. He cuts in between two players. The ball ricochets back to him. He's then into shooting distance and his shot is blocked yet again. Isak. Soboslai. Left foot. Deflection. Ah, it's just gone wide. Come on, boys. Pressure's building. It's coming. Ball played by Isak to Soboslai. It's on his right foot. He pulls it inside onto his left. Has a strike. Deflects and goes about 2 yards wide of the keeper's left-hand post. Isak always seems so isolated. He does, but we'll figure it out, with repetition. But you're not wrong. I think it's something a lot of us would agree with. But he's trying to force himself into the game a bit now by taking up different positions. It'll be another Liverpool corner. This one goes into the 6-yard box. Murillo this time gets a head on it and it's over the bar. Another corner. Come on, boys. 30 minutes on the clock. The pressure growing. Yes, mate, Wirtz is injured. Unfortunately, we don't think it's going to be too long. Bradley's out for, we don't know, probably a month. But yeah, Wirtz is out, but we don't know for how long. Another corner in. Again, doesn't beat the first man. That's not good enough, Cody. Round the outside, cross in again. Headed away this time by a different Forest player. Come on, boys. Kirkes. The Gakpo. Cross comes in. Good ball in from Kirkes. Come on. Salah far post, puts in a cross. Again, Murillo clears it. Gibbs White now on the counter. Referee playing an advantage to Forest. Come on, Canada, get back there. How the fuck? How does he turn that into a fucking corner? He's so lackadaisical, Canada. He's got 3 options. Left-footed out for a throw-in. Turn your man and try to play it inside. But no, Canada takes a big, dirty, heavy touch. Instead of putting it out for a throw-in, takes a big, heavy touch and gives them a corner. Just absolutely pointless. Fuck's sake. Literally, the worst thing he could have done is give them that corner. He just makes wrong decisions too often. Corner in. Ball breaks. 1-0 Forest. 1-0 Forest, Murillo. I'm done with Canade, man. He's just a joke. As is our defence. 1-0 down. First corner they get, I believe. First attack, 1-0 Forest. Ibu, brain dead. I've said it over and over again. He is a walking calamity. He wasn't even under pressure. It was a simple clearance. Just put it out for a fucking throw-in. Fuck's sake. Fuck off. So, are we getting an El VAR man in front of the goalkeeper scenario here? It's just ridiculous. How does a centre-back get to turn and shoot in the box without a block? 3 lads around him, no block. Virgil and Canade were basically challenging each other for the header at the near post. Absolute calamity again. Goal given, 1-0 Forest. Can't defend, won't defend. Watch the corner back again. Canade and Virgil are challenging each other at the near post. There's 3 lads standing around Murillo. 3. See that? Virgil and Canade challenging each other. 3 lads standing around Murillo. So how is it when we have a player that's nowhere near the goalkeeper in an offside position, it's ruled out? But when it happens against us, it's a goal. Cool. Cheers, PGMOL. That's fairly similar to the goal Robertson got ruled out. But, you know, shout out Lily Walker. How are we, Lily? Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Can we sell Canade? I give up on this guy. It's just so unnecessary what he does. Like, I called it before the corner. I told you it was an entirely preventable corner. It's now 2-0 Forest. Is the goal being ruled out? I don't know what's going on here. Ref talking to somebody. Forest have the ball in the net. I think it's been ruled out initially. Let's have a look. Don't think that touches it. Oh, it's Canade again. Of course it's Canade at the scene of the crime. I don't think this hits off an arm, lads. I think this hits your shoulder. I think this goal will stand. I think this goal stands. I think this stands, lads. For me, this goal stands. It hits here. It hits his shoulder. I'm saying this should stand. I always give you my honest opinion. I think this stands. No goal. No goal. No goal. I honestly think that was a goal. Hand on heart, I do. Goals ruled out. Still 1-0. I think that should have stood. And Canade there again, by the way. Canade losing his man, not winning the ball again. And we get away with it. So look, I think that's balanced it out. I think the first goal shouldn't have stood. Second goal should have stood. So for me, that balances itself out. And we're fortunate to be just 1-0 down. Canade is an absolute liability. I've nothing else to say in it other than the word liability. Genuinely, let me know in the chat what you think. Because I think that goal should have stood. If that was us, I'd be screaming for it. What's the ref off to now? Who's he booking? One of the Forest coach getting a yellow. Raekwon the chef said, I'm tired of this now. The double standard is truly incredible. Well, I don't know, or unbelievable. I don't know what double standard you're on about, so I'm done if it's 2-0. It isn't, but still. Watching, as always, with when a free kick happens, Get Gomez on. How can we trust Canade? Said Road Rash. So thank you, Road Rash, Paul Owens, Raycon the Chef, all for your memberships. And of course, thank you, FC Pitside as well, for your super chat. Did look like handball. For me, look, I'm always honest. Whether, people appreciate it or not, I think that goal should have stood. But I do think the first goal should have been ruled out. So for me, it's balanced itself out. But if I'm a Forest fan, I'm not thinking that way. But let me just say this. Regardless of that goal being ruled out, Canade is not good enough. He's not good enough at the minute. And we can't just keep sticking our fingers in our ears and pretending it's not happening. Salah over a free kick here to Liverpool wide right. It's an awful free kick. It's knee height and it doesn't beat the first man. Liverpool getting bullied again. The lads forgot how to play football. I mean, we're not hard to score against when you get an opportunity. I think that was Forrest's first corner for the first goal. And again, just Canade. He's more interested. What's the one thing that I say to you guys every week about Canade? What's the one thing I constantly say? He's more interested in wrestling his man than he is at defending. I say it every single week. He doesn't watch the ball. He just wrestles with his man. How do you go from a game that you should be handily 1 or 2-0 up in to being 1-0 down and blessed not to be 2-0 down? Morgan Gibbs-White now. He overhits his ball that goes through to Alisson. Not good enough, lads. Nessie said Canade doing the same things as Trent, but without Trent's ball playing ability is what I would say, Nessie. Mr. Acentino said, is this enough to get him fired? Slot and Canade need to be gone, said Mr. Acentino. 26 months as a member, dude. Thank you as well. Kane said, evens out, but I can't believe the second wasn't given. Look, it evens itself out, Kane, and I agree with you. But if I'm a Forest fan, that's irrelevant. Because if I'm a Forest fan, once the first one's given, you then have to take the second one on its own merits. And on its own merits, my honest opinion is that goal should have stood. Sauce and Port said, it's hilarious that people are commenting Liverpool when we've been screwed harder than anyone else this season. Look, again, the talking point's going to be that first goal, right? How Robbo last week or before the international break was offside, but this guy wasn't. I'm sure Howard Webb and Darren McGallagher will find a way to make it sound like it was the right decision and different to last week, but, you've got your own eyes. We can see it. The Liverpool stuff is silly, mate. I agree. Cross in, Macca header. Oof, unlucky. Sells makes the save. I thought Slot was trying something new while away, said Or Silver Gaming. Look, weirdly, if you're talking about the middle of the park and the attack, I think we've looked okay. But we're so soft defensively that all it takes is 1 or 2 set pieces and we're undone. As we've seen from the game so far. Their first corner, I think, and they scored from it. We've had 4 or 5. That's how bad we are at set pieces, defending them. And watch it. I talked about it when it happened. Canada and Virgil were fighting each other at the near post. The ball goes then to Murillo. 3 Liverpool players around him, and he still manages to turn and shoot without somebody getting a block in. Now, compare and contrast that to Elliot Anderson's defending for Forest in their penalty area, where he's thrown his body in the way. That's the difference. They want to defend. Our boys are too passive. Oh, he's doing done again. He's a fucking liability. He throws himself into a tackle that he misses the ball again and gets done, Canade. He's just so lackadaisical. He really is just so nonchalant. It's so Fucking frustrating. Nico Williams. Cross deep. Second ball cleared by Virgil. It'll be out for a Forest throw in on the far side. Zosh Ishmerdine said, no excuse now to sign Gay in January. I agree there. Sorry, dude. I agree 100%, mate. Would be treason to still not get Gay in January, said the real Johnny Sins. And I'm talking 1 minute past midnight, first day of the window, mate. That's what I'm talking here with yourself and our friend Zoshi a moment ago. First damn 5 minutes of the window, we best be hearing Gay's a Liverpool player. Because Canate... How bad must the manager rate Joe Gomez if Canate's still on the pitch? Salah now. Head up, Mo. I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to cross with the outside of his foot, but it ended up being a shot towards the near post that Sells palms behind for a corner to Liverpool. Come on, boys. An equaliser just before the half. Cross in. Again, Forest clear it. It's weird watching other teams able to defend corner after corner, isn't it? We concede one and they score. Of course, this season happens when we spend money. I know, mate. You couldn't make it up, could you? The one time we actually go big in the market and we're all really excited for the season and we're all optimistic. Yeah, it's not what we'd hoped for. 5 minutes added on at the end of the first half. 5 minutes. Gakpo, he cuts inside. Lovely little 1-2 with Maka. Head up now. Head up. Fuck's sake. Oh, fuck's sake. Another wasted opportunity. He takes one touch too many. When he gets this ball, he should be hitting it first time. Hit it first time. No look. That touch. That fucking touch. The touch allows him to be closed down. Just hit it first time. Ball played in by Maka. Swing your left foot at it and put it back across the penalty area. The touch allows the defender to close him down. Four minutes of stoppage time to go at the end of the first half. We've had one of them, so there's 4 to go, as I mentioned. 5 added on by the ref. Williams heads the ball back in field. Go back to the keeper. Well done. Well done, Milos. Alisson to Virgil. Salah slips it down the line looking for Isak. Isak keeps it in play. There's no one out there with him. Eventually Jones comes out, but he's being closed down. The ref gives a free kick to Liverpool for a shirt pull on Jones. No, Sanchez says Arne Slot is done. Arne Slot is done to me, just making us look bad. Mr. Acentino said it is disgraceful if Slot is not fired today if we lose. I don't know what to say at this point. It's hard to defend somebody when we keep stinking the gaff up with results wise. I mean, because I actually think midfield and in attack we haven't looked too bad, but we're just so soft defensively. We create 30 chances a game, we concede 2 or 3 chances, but yet somehow we concede a goal in those handful of chances. Jave said, if we don't win, sack Slot, not acceptable. Kean said, question to you, Craig. Is Semenyo really what Liverpool need? As a rival fan, the back four seems to be a far bigger problem than your attack. Also, PGMOL is a joke. I would agree with you, and I think most of us, mate, would agree that, Semenyo isn't, or a wide player isn't the first name on our list. We'd all agree with your good self. A centre-back. I guess the hope is both, right? Centre-back is number one. If you polled Liverpool fans here now, I dare say every one of us would say we need a centre-back. So we're hoping that that's the case. So you're spot on in your assessment, Keane. And agree with you on the PGMOL. Robbo should be starting ahead of Kirkes, said VI Jokers. I don't think Kirkes has done too badly. I don't think he's done too badly at all. I think with Robbo, the manager's probably just looking at the games he played for Scotland as well. And thinking this one, maybe give him another little bit of rest. Personally, I would have gone Robbo for this game, like I mentioned during the week, and I would have gone Kirkes for PSV Eindhoven. Our best player this season is right back, so David Massett. Yep, you're not wrong, mate. And it's a crying shame that he's there, although Jones is in that position now. Jones has gone to right back, and Szoboszlai's drifted into the middle again. 30 seconds left of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Jones. Gravenberch. Cross to Virgil. Gakpo. Oh, fuck's sake. Another waste. 10 seconds left. Come on, get on with it. Get the cross into the fucking box, boys. Just get a cross in. Get a fucking cross in. Absolute cabbages. Absolute cabbages. Dicking around passing the ball with no time left and it's blown up for half time. Three of them. Not one of them could turn around and put a ball into the box. No, not one of you. Fuck off. It's just a joke. Throw in 10 seconds left in the half and they're there passing it around to each other. When all it is, one of them to just hoof a ball into the box and see if we can do something right at the end of the half. Absolute wasters. How long is Leone out for? Could replace Canade. Unfortunately, probably the whole season. Probably the whole season, unfortunately, for Giovanni Leone. We'll only call for sacked when I dread watching. Close, said El Stew. Bocky LFC, or Bocky FC, excuse me, said Canade is so bad that literally unbelievable. Dude makes 5 mistakes per game. Either he fouls players or makes such dumb passes. Dude needs to go. Look, for me, I don't mind if he signs a new deal and stays. I don't mind that, but he needs somebody there to take his place now. That I agree on. Like, we know Canade can be better than this, but he isn't, and he hasn't been for most of this season. And the problem we have here is we've got nobody to replace him other than Gomez, who the manager clearly doesn't rate. So, look, we just need somebody to come in and take a spot. That much I agree with you on, mate. I can't really argue back on that. The real Johnny Sin said, in the press conference, Slot started talking about Endo and Grav as centre-back options. That position not being a priority for us, I feel numb. Well, he's wrong. He's wrong, mate. And I dare say everybody in this chat now would say he's wrong. But then again, mate, I'd say everybody in this chat at the minute would say he's been wrong on a lot of stuff over the last while. ESG Soccer said, I hate these international breaks when everybody looks like the ballers they should be for the reason is Slot out. Canade shouldn't get to be Trent 2.0. It is concerning, right? When you see players playing for their countries with a bit more confidence, then we come back to Liverpool. And even when you start a game brightly and you're moving the ball around and it's looking positive, we're still soft and one attack, one corner, and we're behind. And that's what's happened again today. We started the game well, had loads of chances, they were blocking shots, we were creating corners, and then we give up one corner, and like clockwork, they can't deal with it. And their centre-back Murillo swivels in the penalty area, gets a shot away and scores, with 3 Liverpool players around him. Now, like I said, contrast that to Elliot Anderson, and every time Liverpool have the ball in Forest box, he's putting his head in the way, his body in the way, his legs in the way. He is trying to defend with fight and passion, which our guys just don't have in defence. But, we'll have Virgil come out and talk to us about, we know, outside noise. We know, we strive to be better. We will just fucking do it. Just stop talking. Just go out there and play like you give a shit. Sack Slot, I'd replace him with Zinedine Zidane at least. I don't want Zidane. He knows what he's doing. I really don't want Zidane. And anybody who calls for Zidane at Liverpool, I think you're hugely wrong. From a cultural perspective, if not only the fact that the man doesn't speak English and there's no way he's coming in to manage Liverpool, or he's living in that part of the UK. It's just not a good fit for me. But I'm not against the argument that the manager's not doing well enough. I think I can't defend against that. How can I? Where are we at? Nessie, how is Isak going to get match sharpness like in the previous clubs when 99% of our game is through Gakpo and Mo? Slot contradicting his own words. So I've been thinking about this as the half's gone on, Nessie. And I agree with what you're saying, by the way. I agree with what you're saying in that we funnel the ball into wide areas quite a bit. But what I would also say is in a game like this, when Forest are sitting deep, we don't really have the space in behind to get to Isak. But you would hope that you can get to those wide areas and drill in low crosses back across the box. But on a couple of occasions in the first half, Mo did some really good work down the right-hand side, was unlucky with pullbacks across. Gakpo, the one that really infuriated me was the extra touch that ended up with his cross being blocked. So yeah, I agree. Space-wise in this game, it's difficult to find a way to get Isak in. So you're going to have to try and get the ball to him inside the 18-yard box and hope he can do his thing. David said, lose this game in West Ham and Slot must go. I feel like, David, we all move the goalposts all the time. And I've done it, mate. I've done it quite a bit in my own head of where he's at. But here's the thing, right? The game isn't over, but if we don't win this game, it's not good enough. Let's remember, this is supposed to be technically the easiest run of fixtures of anyone in the Premier League at the minute, according to Opta. And we're 1-0 down. And let's be honest, should be 2-0 down. Because I don't think that goal should have been disallowed. I actually think the first one should have been, but once that's given, you have to take the second one on its own merits. And I don't understand how that's a handball. If I'm a Forest fan, I'm absolutely fuming. Because to me, it hits a shoulder. And it's absolutely fair. But, like I said, we got lucky. We did get lucky. Arthur Smith said, how do teams like Manchester City and Arsenal deal with 10 in the box? With creativity. That's it. They've got players that'll find a moment. They'll put a ball in, Haaland will win a header. They'll do something. But we just seem to be getting shots and crosses blocked. Like, look at a couple of the free kicks and corners. Some of them don't get past the first man. I'm looking at Murillo scoring here again. Maka, Szoboszlai, and I can't see who the third one is. All standing around him. Three of them. And they're all to one side of him as well. Do you think we win this game? Said Stephen Toner. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Because honestly, I feel like we've played well enough to be leading the game. But then again, you just know one chance. That's all we need to give up. One chance and they seem to score. 10 shots for Liverpool in the first half. 3 on target. 4 shots for Forest, 2 on target. And therein lies the waste with us. So many shots. So few on target. Canade shite again at the scene of the crime for the second goal was disallowed. And the first. Don't forget the first. The one that he absolutely needlessly gave away a corner for no reason other than his own clumsiness. And I said it before they even scored. It was a brain-dead decision. Just booted out for a throw-in. But now he finds a way somehow to give them a corner. And then from there, It's not good enough. Him and Virgil are challenging each other at the near post. It's just everything. Like you've said, he's at the scene of the crime over and over again. I'm even looking at this replay again here now. Never is that a handball. Never. TOTT2KZ1 said, if we lose this game, it's slot out for me, Craig, WFM. Gaming Kid said, hi, Craig, if you lose this match, slot 100% has to go. I mean, the vibe in the chat from a lot of people today seems to be that, like you've said. If we lose this game, he needs to go, but you're all entitled to your opinion. I'm not going to push back on anybody because, we're in 8th before kickoff, unless we've dropped down further. So I get it. There's nothing I can say to defend the manager and the defence when we're a shambles. If you think he should be gone, you're perfectly entitled to that view. I'm not going to call you out on it. Where did Madrid chemistry go? All Premier League games, 100%. I don't know. I've asked myself the same thing. How do you go from Villa, Madrid and those performances to then the City one? Then we've got 2 weeks of a break where Arne gets to sit there and figure it out with his coaches and try to work through how to resolve it. And we come back and, everything looks like it was again. We started well, but we've got such a soft underbelly that we know we're going to give up a chance. Teams know that they'll get a chance and they take it. Same thing over and over. And we'll hear from Arne about possession, territory, and all the other bollocks that means nothing, because the scoreboard's all that matters. And I don't want to hear our captain coming out with more nonsense about, we know, outside noise, players wanted, these standards at this club, all this shite that means nothing. It's performances on the pitch that counts. Right, let me get through some more of these. Red Z2P said, I'm honestly worried about top 4 now. As you should be. It's not unreasonable to worry about top 4. It isn't. Like, we've no God-given right to get there. Like everybody else, we've got to earn the right to be in the top 4. So I totally understand it. Players look like they don't want Liverpool, said Mr. Acentino. This game proves Wirtz isn't the problem, said Josh. Mate, I never thought he was the problem anyway, dude. But I get what you're saying, and yeah, I don't disagree with you. But I personally never thought he was the problem. Yeah. Well, thank you for your insight. Really appreciate it. Roshi said, same problems, different day. Can't blame him for individual performances, but this is collective failure magnified by Slot's tactics. He has to go. For me, the biggest thing is there's no accountability. And I keep talking about it every week, every stream, every show. No accountability. If Canade comes out for the second half, what does that say? What does that say? Go out there, take a shit on the pitch, do what you want, doesn't matter. Arne hasn't got the balls to pull you off and say, nah, not good enough. On the bench you go. We all know what should be happening here. He should be gone and Joe Gomez should be starting the second half. If Arne has anything about him, he'll say, that isn't good enough, that is not acceptable at this football club, and it isn't a once-off. But he won't. James Smith said, I'm more concerned we'll miss out on European football altogether. This team has so many issues at the minute. It's a joke, mate. You're not wrong. And you're right to be concerned about European football. Because do we look like we're going to... And this is supposed to be the easy run of fixtures. Remember? We're playing a team 19th in the league table. And once again, we're behind at home against them. Can take Kwanzaa off a half-time game week 1. Yep. Mate, yep. So I said something on last night's stream, and I might as well repeat it now while there's more people in the chat. I don't think Slot has the balls to stand up to some of the big players, Mo being one of them. I truly believe that. He'll say respect, others will say respect. I just don't think he has the balls to take on the big players. I don't. Because if I'm in there, Canade's in the shower now. It's not a hope he's coming back out for the second half. Not a fucking hope. Same demands. What was that one? Same demands. Can take ones at half time. We've done that one. David Massett said we're becoming Crab FC side to side passing. VI Joker said lads need to get their head second half right and put it. Excuse me, lads need to get on second half and put it right. Excuse me, mate. Feel for Isak getting no help or service. I can't get away from the idea that Slot has one idea with this new group. When the system isn't there, he doesn't have a backup plan and we just go sideways. Again, it's hard to argue when someone's right. But he's got 45 minutes to put it right. So Liverpool have now conceded 9 set-piece goals this season. 9 set-piece goals already in the season. 9. Joey McDonald, how are we, Joey? And thank you for your year membership, mate. You're very kind. We're being bullied again. Sad to see this. Craig said in the summer, why buy Isak? Hugo benched. So look, you buy Isak because he's a world-class striker. The Ekitike bench thing, I don't get. But you buy Isak because he's a world-class striker. But we just don't look like we know what to do with him. And I get the idea in theory of Slot, play him, get the minutes, get the repetition. But you're going to have to do something else. You're going to have to play him alongside Ekitike or something. I don't blame this on Isak, by the way. I don't. Oh, there's Kanade running out for the second half. I think this is on the gaffer and not on Isak. That's my take. Baki FC said, I disagree with you. I would mind if we re-sign Kanade. He didn't do anything this season to justify that new contract. I would rather that we sign a new centre-back. Look, and I respect your difference of opinion on it, mate. I can understand where you're coming from as well. I think about it as if he re-signs and we bring in Gay, at least he's a decent bench option to fight with Gay for a starting place. That's kind of where my head's at it. And it may be cheaper than bringing in a new centre-back on top of Mark Gay. But I do understand where you're coming from. Angie, how are we, my friend? Always lovely to see you. One sec. Second half about to get underway, Angie, and then I'll read it out. One sec. So, Forest kicking us off here, second half. 1-0 up. Liverpool attacking the Annie Road end here, second half. Right, we're underway. So, I've lost faith in Slot. I've had enough, Craig. Understandable. Like, there's many people in the chat, Angie, who are feeling the same as yourself, mate. And how can I sit here and argue against you? I totally empathise with where you're all coming from. Cross in from Forest to start the half. That's deep. They recycle it. Have the second ball here. Nico Williams. Notice how Kanade ruins our momentum every game. Again, another one. Oh, here we go. Pulled back. 2-0 Forest. 2-0 Forest. Fucking 2-0 Forest. 2-0 Forest. It's 2-0 Forest. Fucking it's 2-0 Forest. 2-0. Not 1 minute, it's 2-0. Not 1 minute and it's 2-0. Not 1 minute. Not one. Haven't even done the sinking and it's 2-0. Haven't even managed to finish the super chats from half time and it's 2-0. 1 minute and it's 2-0. Fucking. We are a fucking shambles. That's what we should be doing, by the way. See what Forrest did there? Getting to the byline and pulling it back to the penalty spot? That's what we should be doing. Not 1 minute! Not 1 fucking minute! Not 1 poxy minute before we concede another one. I could have done watching Ireland again. I'm convinced Canade smokes dope the way he plays. Don't be giving dope a bad name. I smoke it every day and I'm not as lackadaisical as him. Joke there, by the way, I know you were. Fucking hell. Lads, come on, like 1 minute. What do they say in the dressing room at half time? Domino, hoo hoo. That's all I can fucking think of. Because they're not in there throwing teacups around getting lads riled up to come out and fight for the second half. Domino, hoo hoo. Fuck me. Put me in the dressing room at half time. Let me talk to them. Because Arna doesn't know what he's fucking at. Let me talk to them. I'll have them out there for the second half. Ian O'Cahill said, if we do sack Stock, can we replace him with our top goal scorer, Ian Rush? And let's remember, realistically, this should be 3-0. Salah. Cross is blocked. Save the Flavour said, Jesus, it feels like we're becoming Trust the Process FC. It's not good enough, dude, is it? It's not good enough. And the manager again, like, that's what I'm saying. There's no fucking standards at this club anymore. The manager, Canane's still on the pitch. Do you know what? I keep saying it. He doesn't have the balls to deal with these lads. He doesn't. He doesn't have the balls. Put me in the fucking dressing room at half time and I promise you, they ain't coming out like that. It does my head in. If I don't hear reports of a plasterer in that dressing room at half time fixing holes in the wall, then there's a fucking problem. I don't know what he does. But the lads go out looking like tame fucking sheep out there. Let me go back to what Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain said, in that he knew they were going out to war every time they stepped on the pitch. He knew that they were going out there to win under Klopp every time. But with Arna, it's all a shot cool. Let's go side to side. Let's keep possession. Let's make excuses. Keep the ball so I can say we had more possession than them. Pass it side to side so I can say we had more passes than them. Fuck off. And then it just becomes chaos where we start just attacking and hoping. Full Ten Hag stuff. Fuck off. Joey said, Salah getting knocked off the ball constantly. Simple, player isn't performing, then out you go. Exactly, mate. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not rocket science. Again, I'm going to just keep saying the same thing. What message does it send to Joe Gomez or to anybody else sitting on the bench? It doesn't matter. You can go out there and knock one out in the middle of the pitch and it won't make a difference. I'll still play you because I talk about standards, but he doesn't fucking have the balls to enforce them standards. And that's a problem. He gives it all this, him and Virgil. Standards. Fuck off talking. And actually play like you believe in those standards. Gary, what disturbs me is the attitude of Liverpool. They've forgotten the league they are in and they thought they would win easily. Nothing worse than a team with arrogance and laziness. I don't disagree. Like Robbo said, you've got to go out there and do the dirty stuff and earn the right to use your class. Earn the right to impose yourself on opposing teams. We don't. We just go out there and try to look cool and pass the ball sideways and look great. You know, half jogs back. Don't block. Don't get your shorts dirty. Don't throw yourself in the way of the ball. No, we're too good for that. We're too good to defend well. But it's okay though, because Virgil tell us we're blocking out the outside noise. So he knows there's no noise inside because Slot hasn't got it in him to actually have a tantrum in the dressing room. So Liverpool target is top 5, then trophy battle. At this point, yes, that's fair. Soft captain, soft coach, need a Hendo Milner. Stevie said ESG Soccer. Zoshi said Liverpool should withdraw Canade's contract offer. Kirk is now in possession for the Reds, wide left. That's all. He falls over himself. He just trips himself up. That's about right. That sounds about right with where we're at. Virgil heads it down to Jones. Ekatike is ready to come on. Chasing Vlog said this is absolute joke. Should have been 3-0. If they score another goal, I'm turning my TV off. I don't blame you. Look, I'm feeling the same way you're all feeling. Flummoxed, angry. Gravenberts now. He jumps to the ground looking for a free and the referee's not buying it. Forest clear their lines. Liverpool have it back with Virgil. Out again left side to Gakpo. Back to Kirkes. Maka just again slowing things down. Gakpo, Virgil, Maka. Soboslai out to Salah. Salah plays it straight to Murillo. Fucking hell. Our superstar doesn't know what colour our players wear because he just passed the ball straight to Murillo. This is it. I'm done. We'll end up 18th with Slot. Timothy said, honestly, hope we lose 5-0 so Slot can go. Itachi said, we're the worst team in the Prem right now. Average Joe, thank you for your 23-month membership, Joe. Soboslai missing from the midfield. Canade's coming off now. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He should have been off at half time, Gaffer. You've allowed this to happen by not bringing him off at half time. So Ekatike on, Canade off. Why did he do that at half time? Because his indifference has cost us another goal while sending them out for the second half. Bit late taking him off now when the damage is done, Gaffer. At Anfield, by the way, 19th place Forest, 19th place. Yeah, well, they won't be 19th after today, I don't think, mate, because they'll go up 3 points. Unless something absolutely drastic happens here in the last 35 plus stoppage time. Honest question. Why didn't he do that at half time? Why did he need us to go another goal down before he lost faith in Canade? Genuine question. Why did he do that? Why didn't he have the balls to do that at half time? Salah, cross in, free kick out. Isak pushes one of the Forest players, free kick. Elliot Music, thank you, mate. Cat Dad said, sack him now, please. Canade not worth the price of a Happy Meal, said Peter, you'll never walk alone for life. On Saturday against the rough team and tore my ACL. Sorry to hear that. Wish you a speedy recovery, JJ. Sincerely, man, I know that's a tough injury. Wish you a speedy recovery. Do you know what was really sad again? And you guys will remember this. We had people in our chat this week again who bringing their kids to the first time to a game. 3 separate people I remember coming in saying to me, we got tickets, we're bringing our kids to the first game at Anfield. This is again, unfortunately, what they're receiving is this. Soboslai now. Jones to Ekatike. Ekatike into the right channel. Ball across. See, that was intercepted, but straight away, Ekatike's doing the right things. Getting the ball, low cross across the penalty spot. Straight away, Ekatike's there, he's doing the right things, making us look different, brightening up the attack. Virgil. The Kirkes. Soyadesu said, Isak is like reverse karma for Torres. Feel like we've been sold a striker who isn't the same player anymore. I wouldn't. I get where you're coming from. I just wouldn't be writing him off yet. I just don't think he's had long enough for us to judge him, or has he been fit enough? Which could be your point, to be fair. Corner here to Liverpool. On the far side, Szoboszlai to take it. Philip said, and everybody law that Ruben Amorim's slot is worse. Show us Ruben's league title in the Prem, mate, and then we'll talk. Respectfully. Cross in, headed away again by Forest. So Amorim has won nothing in the Premier League. So, let's not start saying Amorim's the Messiah. At least Slot has the Premier League title. But he's not doing good enough. I'm not going to argue and say our manager's great, but let's not make out like Amorim's the Messiah here either. And I heard Declan Rice, by the way, saying the most idiotic thing. He said if Arsenal win the league title, Arteta needs to go down as one of the greats. No, he doesn't. One of the greats for one league title and an FA Cup in 6 years. One of the greats. Come on now. That's so silly. Haig. Thank you, mate. How do you guys take it to Real Madrid and lose to Forest at home? What on earth? So, the answer, Constantine, my man, is don't know. Don't know. And what makes it even worse is this is the team that beat us at home last year as well. So you would think they want to put one back over them, right? And put it right. Salah cuts inside. Strike. Blocked again. Fuck's sake. How was that shot blocked? Salah had nobody with 7 yards of him. And he still manages to find a way to shoot at a Forest player. Wasteful. Again. The book will stop with Slot. Too soft. Finty Tin said Slot must go now. Elmire. Substitution here for Forest, by the way. Elmire said Salah and Gakpo couldn't pass water. I'd rather Gomez or Robbo instead of Canade. Not even shocked we're losing yet again. Bad sign. It is, sir. It is. Mark Harding said, starting to look like the job's too big for Slot and all the fears we had when Klopp left are now coming true. Manager out poll. We'll do it in the match reaction, if that's all right, when we know the result of the game. So, yeah, I'm not going to shy away from asking the question, don't worry, but we'll do it in the match reaction. Alders, Stephen, said, lack of urgency is a cancer. It starts at the back, and thank you, mate, for your 27 months with us. This one I'm going to leave up for a while, Scruffy, Alice, because I think you very well summarised, my friend, how we're all feeling. So I'm going to leave yours up there for a minute, because I think it just summarises it well. Gravenberch, by the way, is dropped back into centre-back here. When Canade went off, Gravenberch. So this tells you how little he thinks of Joe Gomez. That he won't even bring him on when he's changing the centre-back. Could have brought on 2 substitutes, put Ekitike up top and dropped Gomez in, but no, he sticks Gravenberch in at centre-back. And now we're being out-muscled on the right wing. Jones, this time he loses the ball. Throw into Liverpool. Ekitike. Szoboszlai to McAllister. 450 million, no excuses for this, said Luke Johnson. You're not going to get an argument from me, mate. I'm sorry, but Slot has been exposed, said Darren Tracy. Thank you, Darren, for your membership with us, mate. Appreciate your thoughts as well. Salah. Another mess from Salah. Gets himself into a shooting position, checks back on himself, then gets a shot away and drags it about 5 yards wide of the post. Look at Canade smiling when taking off. I'd wonder, did I see a little grin? I didn't want to say at Nessie because I wondered, was I imagining that? But he looked to me like he had a right little grin when he was trudging off the pitch. Use a tent now. He must be sacked. Well, you can see the chat, mate. You know, there's not too many who would disagree at this moment that he's doing well enough. He's not. You're right. He's not going to get sacked, though. That's the thing. He's not. Gakpo. Again, looking for Salah. Salah's through on goal. Gets muscled off. It's too lightweight. Don't look to the ref. Don't look to the fucking ref. You were just too lightweight. You got pushed off the ball. Don't look to the ref. Forest straight up the other end. Shot blocked. Another shot. Alisson makes a save. Again, it's just too weak. Simple as that. Just brushed off the ball too easily. And then looks to the ref for help. Centre back did nothing wrong. Derek Dennis to bring back Klopp at all costs. Hi Craig, hello Derek. Mate, I'd love Klopp to come back. I just don't think it's feasible. Isak, he has a strike from the penalty spot that just goes nowhere. Liverpool's still in possession now with Ekitike to Virgil. 64 minutes almost on the clock. Szoboszlai gets the ball stuck between his feet. Then goes out to Salah. This will go off someone's legs now. There it is, straight away. Like fucking clockwork. Salah plays it straight off a defender's legs. Every fucking time. Every time. Gary Mackay said insult to a Happy Meal. At least that cheers people up. Yeah, that's true. Bigger the Forest win, the more chance Slot is sacked. Honestly, despite what everybody thinks, I don't see a world where FSG sack him. I just don't. And I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I just don't see a world where it happens. Oliver Hunt said Gay and Glasner in January, please. Did I watch the Ashes? England look as bad as Liverpool. I didn't, General Grievous. I'd seen that England had a batting collapse and Australia won it on day 2. That's the only thing I'd seen. I just read a headline on Sky Sports. Cross in. Sells comes. Gets 2 fists on it and clears it. And our players are appealing to the ref. For what? What are you appealing for? The keeper came out and did his job. Cleaned out his area and cleared it. Cross in. Headed away again by Murillo. Look at their defenders defending, lads. Just look at it. They want the ball. They're determined. They're aggressive. And then look at our defending. Sloppy and lazy. Ah, yes, that's it. Give away a free kick for a handball on the ground, Gravenberts. Brilliant stuff, mate. Go to ground, don't get a free, then handball it and give away a free and pick up a yellow. That's great stuff, lads. Great stuff. How could this team beat Madrid? You have to say Madrid aren't that good, is probably the answer. How can we get Slot? Can we get Slot to run Klopp's system? I'm just thinking about what Nessie said a minute ago about Canade kind of sheepishly grinning when he's going off the pitch. And that kind of tells you everything, right? There's no fear in them. There's no fear in them. They don't worry about the consequences. Free kick to Forest here. Anderson over it. Drills one in. Forest get a head in it. No, a Liverpool head goes on it, excuse me, and it goes behind for a corner. Goofy Goober said, I really feel like a Man U fan from last season. Or a City fan from last season. Greek Goddess 1984 said, do you think Liverpool have brought too much star power and disrupted the balance in the squad? No, I really don't. I just think the manager doesn't have the balls to deal with the personalities. And I keep coming back to this over the last few days. I just don't think he has it in him to stand up to some of these players who aren't performing and hold them to account. So I'll give you an example, Greek Goddess. Second half. Here's Fede and Robbo coming on now. Second half. We're all sitting at half time saying, get Canade off. He doesn't. And within a minute of the second half, we can see it again. He takes him off 6 minutes later. Anyone with a pair would have taken him off at half time. But no, the manager gives him another chance. And I'm not saying it's his fault we conceded, by the way, but we conceded a very soft goal again within a minute. So Kirkes off, Isak off, Robbo and Chiesa on. So let's see if Fede and Robbo can do something. Elmir said, let's play Roxanne to Slot saying low block. Bradley, thank you, mate, for your super chat. Appreciate you. Leona said, I was going to the Wolves game on the 27th of December for my 19th, but I don't know anymore. I'd say go and enjoy it, Leona, as best as you can, you know, and hopefully get the win. Little 1-2 down the right, Salah. And then just runs out of space. And Murillo clears it. Yeah, I'd say go and enjoy yourself, Leona, you know. It's your birthday present, so go and have a good time. Does Chiesa exist? I know this one was done before he came on, mate. That's, you know, I'm still playing catch-up. But he's on there now. Maka with a deep cross in. Sells grabs it from underneath his crossbar. My mate Lawrence's birthday today. Come on, Liverpool. Well, happy birthday to Lawrence. And thank you, Bradley. If we even manage to win, he has to go, said Ashton. 3-striped Liverbird said, this poor form goes back to the second half of last season. Slot has been found out. Dude, I said this at the end of last season, that our form isn't good enough and we're not playing good enough. And I got the whole, you've won the league, what are you moaning about? I keep saying it. You can't turn standards on and off and intensity. You can't just flick a switch. They talk about this club having standards. They talk a lot about it, but they don't hold people to account for it. So many people were jumping down my throat last year when I was moaning at the way we were finishing the season. You've won the league, calm down. This is proving my point. Now we're into the next season and it's a carryover. And you're not wrong, it did start at the end of last season. Probably from February, March onwards. Oh my days. Now Virgil's at it. Virgil's at it. Back to the game, turning around, lazy tackle, foul, free kick, shooting position for Forest. But he'll block out the outside noise, El Capitan. Do you know? He won't be listening to outside noise. Chad said, Arna has a serious problem with being reactive rather than proactive. He's now over his head. Pathetic. I think you've said a very intuitive and thoughtful post, because you're right. He is reactive. I said it at half-time. We all said it. Get Canade off the pitch. He didn't, and then we can see within a minute, and then he does it 8 minutes later. So, yes, you're 5 minutes behind. I'm very much amant, but cheers for trying to play along. 19 minutes to go. Forest free kick, about 25 yards out, dead centre. Morgan Gibbs White and Murillo both over it. Thankfully, goes straight into the wall. Soboslai's forced to go back to Robertson. Robbo goes long. Ekatike, go on, Hugo. Go on. No, he's crowded out. And then we foul the Forest player again and give them another free kick to clear their lines. Chris Tatton Music said, Premier League title or not, he's got to go. He won't, though. Ryan said, this honestly has to be the most frustrating time for me, the Liverpool fan. We've wanted FSG to spend and they did, yet we can't put even a halfway decent performance from all that money. You kind of summarised exactly how I'm feeling, mate. If Slot's going to ignore Joe Gomez and Chiesa, Rio, why have them on the bench? So we can talk about his squad mate. I don't know. It's bullshit. You know, I've said the same for ages about him not trusting players and you having them on the bench and then shiting on about small squads. So I agree with you, Stevie boy, but, you know, this is where we're at. Salah's just a shadow of the player he was last season, said Greek Goddess. Yes. Look, again, Greek Goddess, it comes back to the manager not having the balls to do anything about it. Let's be honest about this. You know, people don't want to talk about the Mohamed Salah situation because either they're being too respectful or they just don't want to be negative. But either way, he's not good enough at the minute. And anybody who thinks he is deluded. I'm not saying he's the problem, but there's a lot of individual shit that's not good enough as well. And Salah today has been, he started off well in the first half. I think he had some good attacks down the right, but then he just reverts back to type, becomes selfish, every cross is blocked, players' legs being hit with every ball, passing it to the wrong player. He passed it straight to Murillo in the 18-yard box. But again, if you've got a manager who's too scared to take on these big personalities and hold them to account, nothing's going to change. And I know everybody hates when I do that. Everybody hates when I talk about Salah and I dare call him out. But let me just be blunt about this. Van Dijk isn't good enough at the minute. Kanade shouldn't even be in a matchday squad. And Mohamed Salah is so far removed from the player that we had last season that the fact he's starting week in and week out is a disgrace. It just is. You've got players trying to prove a point like Chiesa who can't get a start. Brings him on again when we're 2-0 down to try to rescue it. He gives him garbage minutes over and over again. So, I said to you guys, for me, when Arne, I think, loses the players, that's when I say it's time to go. At the moment, I feel like he's too afraid to take on the players. That he thinks their standing at the club is more than his. Look, you might disagree with me, but that's how I feel about it. Gary Mackay said, I'm starting to think they replaced Mo with a helium balloon in the shape of Salah, so easily pushed off the ball. Soya Desu said, is the 20th Premier League title cursed or something? It feels like I'm watching United of all teams. Expensive footballers who suddenly play crap. Another header from Forest there from a corner, but this time it's straight at Alisson. Harry Graham said, why did you go back to this tactic after Frankfurt? Mate, your guess is as good as mine. So much hope for this weekend. Honestly, I was all 2 weeks long international break after that Man City game, and you're dying for this Saturday. You're really excited for the game. And then we just get this turgid shite again with no accountability. And there'll be more waffle. The post-match press conference is going to be more excuses than waffling. Salah again now out wide right. Nobody there, so he goes back. Virgil, centre. 14 minutes to go. Can't even remember the keeper making a save in the second half, by the way. We've had 14 shots, 3 on target at home, and we're 2-0 down against a team who've had 4 shots on target. Slot is gone by January, so play me music. Husker Chad said Salah thinks he can nutmeg a tree. Stop trying to kick through everybody. I know, it's infuriating. He ain't no Luis Suarez in that regard. Suarez could nutmeg a mermaid, but yeah, Salah just, gets the ball into his feet, tries to side foot or outside of the foot something into the defender's legs constantly. Chiesa now, at least he's running to take on people. Fires in a cross, headed away by Nico Williams. Gravenberch. 13 minutes to go at Anfield. Still Forest 2-0 up. But as many of you have said, and I would agree, this is just reactionary stuff. There's a shot from distance from Szoboszlai, which is saved by Sells. It took us, 32 minutes of the second half to have a shot on target from being 2-0 down. Another free kick given away by Gravenberch to Forest inside our half. Amaya, here's Rio coming on. 12 and a half to go. To replace Curtis Jones. You think Slot could do a better job by not having big personalities, just how like Arteta is doing it? He's too tappy, nicey. This is my thing. I keep going back to it. But if you don't have the fear of God in you from the manager, you know, and you're not going to be held to account, what fear are you going to have? Strike from Forest, save, Gibbs right 3-0. 3-0 Forest. It's 3. It's fucking 3 now. It's 3. It's 3. It's 3-0. 3. No, 3. 3. 3-0. 3-0. Allison's giving it all this, gesticulating and all, but it's 3-0. 3-0 Arna. 3 fucking nil Arna. 3-0. At home. 3-0. Half a billion. And they're out there playing worse than Sunday League. Fuck right off. Just resign. Don't even wait to be sacked. Just fucking resign. Resign, Arna. Just do the decent thing and resign. Look at it. There's nobody near Gibbs White. There's nobody near him. He could have stopped, had a shy, and still scored. Sorry, I'm taking my time here because I don't want to say something that's going to get me in trouble. But they're not playing for him. It's time to go. And first time in my career doing this, I'm actually asking for a manager to be fired. He's got to be fired. I'm sorry, he's got to go. He's got to go. It's unacceptable. He's got to go. It's time to fire him. He's got to go. He has to go. He has to. They're not doing nothing for him. And he hasn't got a fucking clue how to change it. He's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go. There's no defending this. Like, there's no spirit, no fight, nothing. It's just flat. He's got to go. He's got to go. And I've never said that. 8 years doing this, and I've never ever, even once, said manager out. He's got to go. Time to fire him. He's got to be fired. He's got to be fired. This cannot go on. He has to be fired. It just can't go on. He's clueless out there. And what damage is he doing to the likes of Rio here? He's giving them garbage minutes again when we have to rescue a game from 3-0 down at home. 3-0 down at home. At home. Last 2 games were 6-0 down on aggregate over the last 2 alone. Another home defeat. Another inept, weak home defeat. And he's going to ruin the likes of Rio Engamoa. Throwing them into garbage time minutes. Putting pressure on the kid. It's fucking nonsense. So let's do a poll. So, should Slot be fired now? Yes or no? Poll running in the chat. If I hear the word fucking standards once out of Virgil's mouth or out of Arna's mouth, they can both do one. I don't want to hear anything about we know what's wrong, standards, any of this bollocks. Because there is no standards, there is no fight, there is no anything. All there is weakness and fucking excuses. That's it. That's what we've become. Weak and excuse-laden. They're leaving already. They're walking out, and I don't blame them. It's an absolute disgrace. Grizzly said, I don't think it was possible. I'm starting to hate Mo. Selfish and lazy at the time. That's possible. Genuinely, do the players care? Said Kevin, I don't know. Are we going to be the first team to win a title and then get relegated? No, we won't. USA Copbite said, are we going to be the first? I've done that, sorry. Slot doesn't have any real idea how to get the best out of this team. Sad to watch. Ryan said, I find it incredible Ten Hag had the balls to bench Ronaldo and Slot can't do the same with Salah. His treatment of Chiesa alone is sackable for me, said Timothy. Tagmaster said, Slot is too reactive, stubborn and chilled for my liking. It's hurting us as a team and we're getting further and further away from any sign of progression. Brian Smith said, there's no excuse for this. We look like a lower league side. Are we sure these lot train together? That's it for me, said PVT Malone. It's time for Anna to pack up. Totally not Wellington said he'll get sacked tonight. John Irving said book Slot's flights to Dubai tonight. We're going to need Big Sam at this rate, said Tipsy Dipsy. Bucky LFC said Slot needs to be sacked, discussing he's clueless. I don't care what anyone says, he needs to go. Bring Iriola in. Bizarre D said 4-3-1-2, Isak, Hugo, Wirtz. I'd like to see at least once. Why, after every year we win the league, do we drop? I don't know the answer to that one, John. I don't know, mate. But I can't find an excuse to justify it. And I've tried. Mark Harding said it might be the results that break him. Danny Yellow Eyes said, who takes over if Slot is sacked? Honestly, I don't know, Danny, mate. I don't know. I don't know. But I am at the point now where he has to go. For me. And I promise you I don't say this lightly. He has to get sacked. There will be people again saying, no, he deserves the season. And look, I respect other people's opinion. But for me, remember I said the players don't play from, that's what I'm going to say, that's enough. Canade grinning going off the pitch, as Nessie said. We go in 1-0 down at half time, concede within 1 minute and then go on to concede another. The players aren't showing up for him. So it's not getting through to them. They're not playing with respect for the fans. They're not playing with fear. They're not playing with intensity. They're out there like meek little kittens. Slot Ball, you'll never walk alone, said, I'm being bantered in the group chat. Mate, I've got messages from about 8 different YouTubers here that I'm mates with. About 8 different lads, all saying it's time for Slot to go. All from different clubs. You know, none of them are Liverpool fans, by the way. Lee Gunners just messaged me, said time for Slot to go, methinks. And Lee, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, bro. Crosby Redmond said, I'm not sticking around to watch, but but there'd better be some loud booing at the whistle. How the fuck we went from champions to a laughing stock, said Chasing Vlogs. So excited for this game. Finally got Surfshark and everything, said A. Dan and his bike. Sorry about that, mate. But I was as excited as you. All week, built up to this. Buzzing for it. 2-week international break. You know, you muddle through. Look forward to this game coming up. And this is what we get. Another meek, toothless performance. And clueless. Let me throw the word clueless in there as well. So the poll's still running. We've had nearly 8,000 votes on it so far. Let's keep going with it till the match is over. Should Slot be fired now, yes or no? We'll leave that running until the end of the watch-along. The Honest Tiger said, lol, 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 made my weekend. Well, at least you're honest, Tiger. At least you're honest. LFC Tom said we've gone from 5 wins, 0 losses to 6 wins, 6 losses in 2 months. We're Liverpool, not Fook and Brentley, get him out. Forest were 19th before this game, said Ashley Dooley. There goes Fortress Anfield, thanks to Slot, said Mr. Acentino. Thank you, Soboslai-6CV. Techie said 0-3 against Dyche. They don't play attacking. Players seem to have down tools, Craig. And that's what I said would be my turning point. And I'm going to add something into it. It's not just that the players have down tools for me. It's that they've down tools and he doesn't have the balls to stand up to them. That's where I have a problem with this. And I started talking about this a few days ago, that I don't think the manager has the guts to stand up to them and call them out for this. The Irish Wanderer said, I've been supporting Liverpool nearly 40 years. I've never called for a manager to be sacked until now. Slot is lost. The players are not responding. I agree. And in my time doing this, I've never said I want the manager fired. But I do now. I do now. Because the season's got to get away from us. And what do we gain from giving him the whole season? The hope that he turns it round. Because let's be honest, hope is what we're working off here. We're not working off signs or glimmers of improvement. We're working off sheer hope that he can figure it out. That's it. I don't see a defence here. I don't see any way to argue back and say it's looking like we're getting... No, we're not. We're getting further and further away from it. Matthew said, right about manager, players no fear, no consequence. Earthbound said, closer to relegation than the title. You were celebrating him last year. Of course I was. Would you not celebrate a manager who won the league, dickhead? I mean, it's a bit of a fucking idiotic post, to be honest. Like, you were selling him last year. I'm celebrating him last year after he won the league. Of course. I don't get what you're trying to say. Would you not be happy with your manager winning a league? But then you go and spend £500 million and this is what happens. So, again... fucking idiotic post, mate, but cheers. Is Arne Slot like Rodgers? Weak mentality, weak ideas. Our fans are also leaving the stadium. Said, you know, your threats. They are. I was saying it. And the cop, mate, third goal went in and they started leaving. Seven shots on target for our opponents. 4 for us at home. 1 shot on target in the second half. 1. Take care of yourself, Craig. We're with you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Leonoka. Doolittles said, time to go. He doesn't know how to use stars. This is absolutely disgusting, said Ewan. Ethan said, Klopp couldn't save this team League One era. Well, he could, to be fair. He absolutely could. Corner Forest. Arne should walk into that dressing room, say goodbye, and hand in his notice and go. Klopp couldn't save this team. I've done that one. Who would you replace him with? Don't know yet. Put Steven Gerrard in charge for the minute. Give him a month till you find somebody. Don't know. But again, you know the way I said with Arne, what message does it send? What message does it send treading water with a manager who's not doing it either? You know, we either have standards as a football club or we don't. And when standards aren't being met, okay, a blip happens. Shit happens. But this isn't a blip anymore. This is going back to the end of last season and the start of this season. And here's where we are. Coming in off 1 3-0 defeat to now have another 3-0 defeat at home against 19th place Forest. So if the club does have standards, somebody needs to hold up them standards. I've even got the most kind, respectful, supportive people messaging me now saying, it's time now, isn't it? Salah once again runs down a blind alley on the right. Will said, I'm done. Obviously, player power. Slot has lost the dressing room. This won't get any better now. Lou Brewer Vids said, it doesn't help when Slot is doing the watchalongs. It does. It does. I'll swap with him. He can do the watchalongs and I'll go in there and do the game and we'll get a better result. Because I promise you, half of those lads aren't going to be on that pitch if I'm in that dressing room coaching them. There's no way Salah finishes this game for a start. And Verge needs a bit of a wake-up call. He'd be dragged off as well. Can we win the championship next year? Or we win the championship next year, said Bulletproof. Jack Lanty said, the Man United fan of me says Arna in. The football fan of me says Arna out. I don't have words to describe what I'm seeing. Ethan Salick said Slot needs to see the season out. Slot in. Respect your opinion, mate. Just disagree with it. Do you think Klopp will come back? No, I don't. For what it's worth, I don't. 5 minutes added on. We're 3 minutes into it. Chad said, this is the third time I've turned the game on with renewed optimism after a break, and it's the third time we've walked away with sore balls. Yeah, I know, mate. I was at the last game, the first one after the international break against United. Lost that. Another international break, come back, lose this. Bring back Klopp now, said a man with no name. Give me Gerrard, inject some fight, please, said Mutz. Look, I'd take Gerrard on a short-term basis till they find a manager. Great individuals is one thing, but Chelsea a few seasons back showed that individuals don't win leagues. It's teams that will work together that will win. Thank you, Pearly, Gate UK. Lolly said, too many captains on the sailing ship, no sailors. Outside noise and low block incoming. The Bumba Dog said, his greatest sin was relegating us to the most boring Liverpool team I've ever seen, all over the place, week to week. Get him out now. Latino said, Soboslai, Chiesa, Robo, the only players with mentality. Sarah Bucket said, what players can hold their head high after this? Still Soboslai. Even that, look at that defending from Forest. Look at that. Look at that and contrast it with ours. We have a shot 7 or 8 yards out, and the Forest defender quite literally dives to block the ball with their body. Dives there to defend the clean sheet. That's the difference. That's the difference. Our boys are too cool to get their socks dirty. They're defending like their life depends on it, Forest. Not many. Soboslai is probably the only one I can think of. Digital media content said, give Slot another 5 years. We're loving this. Adam Nixon said, we all know Klopp's team and playing style won the title last season. It took Slot one season to destroy the team chemistry. Thanks for the title, but bye. Gotta get it blue said, Liverpool became the Chelsea of 2023. It's all over, by the way. The ref even did the decent thing and blew it up a couple of seconds early. Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 3 is the final result at Anfield. Sean Dyche comes and builds some confidence with a 3-0 victory to push them up the table. Liverpool look absolutely clueless and lost on their Arna. Bet you wish your electric was still off. Yeah, kinda. Tom Heyman said, Craig, I don't see what the plan of our game is. I don't see one either, mate. Rich Baldy said, after this game, we have to ask a question. What are we playing for this year? I understand, mate. I don't disagree with you. Charles Walsh said, this is the worst performance since 2010-11. 3-0's the last draw. Dressing room is lost now. FSG need to make a decision quick. How do we win against Madrid, then lose to Forest? And lose so badly, Ella, as well. So badly. I don't know, mate, is the answer, but I understand the question. Slot in, give him time. We need to aim for top 10. I mean, thanks for trying to make me smile. This result is all on Slot. This is embarrassing. Performance poor. Team selection again. He hasn't got a clue. Whistleblower in 1966 said, I'm done with this, Craig. Imagine if Klopp had this team. We need an established manager to come in like Ancelotti. Best red channel from a born Scouser. Stay safe, bro. Thank you. It's time to go for Slot. I'm sorry, he stinks. Has Slot got tactics? Players changed attitude? I think it's a mixture of both. Tactics are inept and the players aren't responding to him. Genuinely love Slot and think he's a great coach. I'm sure he'll do good next club, but it should be over from at Liverpool. It's not working. Dan and his bike, said, I'm excited to see the new lads with a new manager. Mohammed said, Chiesa and Ekitike deserve starting spots. Give Stevie G the job, he'll sort the team out. Yo Mama said, biggest transfer window flop in the history so far, apart from Ekitike, a bunch of losers. So then goes Wami said, I'm done with this guy. He destroyed the foundation. It took 5 years to build by Klopp. Even Pep last year wasn't getting battered like this. Relaxlow said Liverpool attack play a mid-class team. Why? We're not good enough. We've got no identity. Keep coming back to this. No identity. Who would have thought Slot would be favoured for the sack over Amram after 12 games? Not me, Scott. Not me, mate. But he is. We've got a poll running, by the way. Or at least we had a poll running. I think it ended, did it? So, we had a poll with 12,000 votes. And we asked, should Arna be fired? 77%. 77% said he should be fired. Even allowing for the fact that there's probably a lot of opposition fans voting in that. Even allowing for that, I think it tells a tale. XX Spider said, this is embarrassing, I just feel numb. Jack Nickel said, ruined, Fede, ruined, Rio, disturbed the team, no backbone, Canade laugh, and that's when I lost it. Slot, bye-bye, you're destroying this amazing club. Exalted Turnip said, who to replace Slot with? I'd be happy with a cactus, to be honest. Ethan Salik said Isak done more for Newcastle than Liverpool in 25-26. Nessie said what hurts me the most is we had 2 weeks to prepare. Take the chance with Gerrard. If you're a real fan, you'd be at the game. Oh, I've never heard that before. You're so fucking unique and clever. Wow. I'll tell you what, dickhead. You get me tickets and I'll go. I was there for the United game. So you're not a real fan either, though, because if you were a real fan of a club, you'd be at a game. So you kind of just outed yourself as a fake fan, but that's okay. Join the club. 7 points ahead, top of the league, Conference League. I worry about youngsters like Rio and development. I agree. Sorry, but the Dutch mentality, you might have won, but I'm the better player. We're 11th, said Itachi. Leach said, happy 27 months. Slot hasn't got a clue what to do. This is crisis now. Class players must be on Slot. Performance is poor. Thank you, Czar. Honestly, can't believe so many still back Slot. And last one before we finish up, sack Slot and appoint Chiesa as interim manager. And thank you. Right, I'm going to go for the match reaction, where we'll go through this in a lot more detail. Do, if you can, hit that subscribe button for me. We'll see you in 60 seconds for the match reaction.